Smile, John.
Good evening. It's July 29th, 2025, and we're in Studio A6 today. And it's my pleasure and my distinct honor to be speaking with Mr. John J. Jeckovich. How are you doing today?
Very good, there you go.
You're looking well. What's that about your 150th new sweater?
150 new
You look good in
sweater.
blue. You look good in blue.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah. Do you have a good day?
Oh yeah,
How was your dinner?
the dinner was good.
I heard you had a special guest.
Amber was there, yeah.
You too. Amber is Mr. Jeckovich's great-granddaughter. Those two get along like two peas in a pod. What did you guys do today?
She slept half the day.
Hey, listen.
She gets on that couch, she falls asleep.
Sleeping or not sleeping, it's all about showing up. Showing your respect to a family member, let them know you're here. Yeah, Amber's here till the wheels fall off. She's not going nowheres. Amber's in her 20s, and it's very refreshing to see a young girl like that. She's a full-time missionary. She surfs around the world, and whenever she has time, which lately's been a lot of time, she's been coming in 4 or 5 days a week to visit Mr. Jeckovich, and sometimes they do short reels, and the reels are funny. So Google Amber Jeckovich, John Jeckovich, and you see a lot of nice stuff they do together. Amber travels the world surfing, and her Bible in one hand and her surfboard in the other. And how's your Bible look?
All worn out.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be. How refreshing to see a nice, beautiful girl like that. She's got a lot of things the young people don't have today. A lot of people don't have empathy. Empathy is the glue to civilization. Empathy is the glue to humanity. And Amber has an extra dose of empathy. She sure does. Sure does. Mr. John J. Jeckovich was from Company H, the 2nd Battalion of the 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II. Mr. Jeckovich lives by the motto, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift, right?
Right.
Mr. Jeckovich was born in 1925. Now, we're in 2025, and Mr. Jeckovich is knocking on the door of 100 years old.
Yeah.
It's knocking. Mr. Jeckovich is knocking on the door of 100 years old. Reads 3 newspapers every morning, no glasses at all. Hard to believe, but I know it's a fact. Shake your hand and knock you to the ground. A lot of power left into it. Never drank, never smoked. Mr. Jeckovich jogged for 80 long years. What got you started jogging?
I read a book on it one time.
It sure must be a damn good book. You jogged for 80 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Mr. Jeckovich never took a prescription or a vitamin. And he had a pretty clean life. And he's knocking on the door of 100 and is in good shape. Only thing they gave out was his knees. Paratrooping accidents during the war weakened him, and then jogging for 80 years didn't help, but it saved his life. Yeah, he saved his life. So he's got great stamina still, and he loves doing these shows every night. Gives him a nice purpose. He gets dressed up, and he likes to read his book, and he likes to give young people instructions or ideas how to have a better life. Yeah. Were you drafted or did you enlist?
The what?
Were you drafted or did you enlist?
I was drafted.
Okay. And why did you wait to be drafted?
Well, I helped my mother at home.
Yeah. Mr. Jeckovich was a caretaker of his mother. Her name was Anna Targus Jeckovich. And Mr. Jekovich's father died when he was 11 years old, and Mr. Jeckovich became the caretaker of his mother to her demise when she was 89 years old, right to the bitter end. He cared for her. And instead of enlisting, which he would probably got a lot better position in the Army, he waited till the Uncle Sam knocked on his door so he could spend more time with his mother and his sister. And when they did, and he didn't have much of a choice, they sent him to the front line. They sent him to the front line, the Battle of the Bulge. Yeah, as a teenage boy, yeah, Mr. Jeckovich was shot in the shoulder by a sniper. He was beat up.
Lost a hip.
Stabbed, yeah, lost a hip. Shrapnel still in his body. Frostbite and trench foot. Is that frostbite giving you pain right now?
Yeah, 7.
7. 80 years of miserable pain from frostbite. It simply doesn't go away. Living with the pain. Well, Mr. Jeckovich was frontline infantry, and when he went into the war, because he was so young, they affectionately called his division the Diaper Division. How come?
What?
How come they called you the Diaper Division?
They're 33.
Yeah, 33 is the code name the military uses for teenage boys. And they're the best fighters, believe it or not. You would think 25 you're a good fighter? No. You lose a little stamina by time 25, right? It's the teenage boys that are the best fighters. Yeah, they're very aggressive. They got all the health, they got all the moves, and they generally don't get tired. So when he went into war, he was affectionately called the Diaper Division, and it wasn't no disrespect, it was just because of their age. But when he's told to hold Bastogne, what did they tell you to do with Bastogne?
Hold it.
Yeah. Mr. Jeckovich was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Adolf Hitler's last-ditch effort to kill some American boys and destroy properties, he gave everything he got. Hitler sent in 600,000 combat troops and 6,000 tanks through the Ardennes forest. And it's hard to imagine this because the Ardennes forest is very populated. The trees are very close together, and it's almost an impossible feat. They get a tank going through, but they did. Hitler did. So Mr. Jeckovich was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and his commanders say, hold it at any expense. Now you have to understand the weather was really bad. They couldn't get air support for 4 long days. They couldn't get supplies, any type of air support. They couldn't get 10 or 20,000 paratroopers that they need right away. So they had to hold it for 4 days of what they had. And by the time it was all said and done, there was about 97% casualties. And so now Mr. Jeckovich, they held it. It was so important. They held Bastogne because if they didn't, Hitler would have a great advantage over the American soldiers. And you might be speaking German today, you really might be. So they held it, very high casualty rate. All the snow was red with blood, body parts, bodies everywhere. It was a real disastrous situation. And
Misery.
What's that?
Misery.
Yeah, pain, misery, pain, misery, pains. Wars bring so much misery and pain to the soldiers and their families. So now instead of Mr. Jeckovich being called the Diaper Division, they have a new nickname for them. And now they're referred to this date actually, the Bloody Bastards of Bastogne. The Bloody Bastards of Bastogne. And Mr. Jeckovich, through the Battle of Bulge, he won many medals. He was awarded the Bronze Star Medal. He was awarded the Purple Heart Medal. He was awarded the Army Good Conduct Medal. He was awarded the Army Campaign Medal, European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal with 3 Bronze Service Stars. Mr. Jeckovich was also awarded the World War II Victory Medal, awarded the Army of Occupation Medal with Germany Class, and awarded the Combat Infantry Badge. He was further awarded a sharpshooter badge with carbine, pistol, and machine gun bars, the marksman badge with rifle bars, and honorable service lapel button for World War II. That's quite an achievement. Unfortunately, most of Mr. Jekovich's documents and papers from World War II was burned in a fire of a military office in St. Louis. Most of those papers are gone. But gradually we've been recovering some. How? I don't know, but we have been. And an interesting fact here, I see Mr. Jekovich's enlisted record and report of separation with an honorable discharge documents. And it says when he was drafted into the Army, he weighed 187 pounds.
Yeah.
How much you weighing in at?
151.
Well, in a way that's good. Right? Most people get heavy as they get older. Mr. Jeckovich is 30 pounds lighter, but he gets certainly fit into his uniform, his military uniform, very loosely. It won't be snug. That was an interesting fact. It shows here that you're living at 3063 Orleans Avenue, Niagara Falls, New York.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about the house?
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about the street? And
Yeah.
a little bit about the house?
Yeah.
What about it? What could you say?
Who?
About the house. How was the house on Orleans Avenue? How was the street when you lived
They
there?
were beautiful. Beautiful street, beautiful houses in that. And it's rotted out now.
Yeah.
Nobody's living there.
So Mr. Jeckovich, yeah, when he was caring for his mother, they always lived at that same house, 3063 Orleans Avenue, until his mother died when she was 89. When Mr. Jekovich's father was still alive, his mother and his father scraped together money so they could put a down payment on that house, and then every month you'd make a mortgage payment
Yeah.
on the house. You paid-
Belden.
What's that?
Took it to Belden.
Belvin. He was the man he paid the mortgage to. It was about $45.67 a month, and they always paid it in cash. There wasn't really no checks to speak of back then. In fact, if a family had a check, which was rare, if the father was to write the check, the father handled all the money, and that's the fact. And the mother was the home, taking care of the home and the children. But back then, it might sound funny to say this, but this is the truth. When there was a check involved, the father would be the head of the household. He'd sit at the table, and the wife and all the children would gather around and watch him actually write the check. It was a big event to write a check back then. How times have changed. How times have changed. I noticed after the war, when everything was said and done, and Uncle Sam was sending you back to Orleans Avenue, Niagara Falls, he wanted to give you some money to get your life back in order. And that was called mustering out pay.
Yeah.
How much was that?
$300.
And how'd they pay you?
Once a month.
For how many months? 3 months?
3 months.
So Uncle Sam decided that these boys,
16 minutes.
after doing all this, going back to civilian life, they're going to receive this mustering out pay, and the total was $300, and they're paid at a rate of $100 a month. So how times have changed. And also there's a note here from Colonel J. Harris that Mr. Jeckovich deserved extra money. What extra money did you get?
Traveled home.
How much?
$29.
So Colonel J. Harris said, on top of all this $300 we're giving you, I'm going to give you 29 bucks for you to take a bus home.
Yeah.
Yeah. How things have changed. I'm looking at a picture of your fingerprint.
Yeah.
Your fingerprint. How times have changed. I have a bunch of text questions, or I have a reading. Which would you prefer?
What, reading?
You want me to read you some text?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
feel up to answering them?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of these texts are repetitive because we have first-time listeners, and this might be new to them, old to us, but we'll still read it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Jeckovich, where were you born and raised?
Niagara Falls, New York.
And what was your address?
3063 Orleans Avenue.
And what was the big accomplishment when you moved into that house? That's the first time you had a bathtub, right?
Yeah,
Before that, where would you take a bath?
in the bathtub.
But in the
In the
kitchen?
kitchen, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was nice. What type of work or hobbies were you doing before you got drafted, Mr. Jeckovich?
Woodworking, electrical, painting.
And where'd you learn electrical at?
I picked it up. I went to school. I went to half
And you
a
learned it
day.
there.
High school, half a day.
Do you remember the name of your electrical teacher?
Vessel.
Was he a good guy?
Yeah.
Does it feel like yesterday?
Oh yeah, he was an electrician. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you say one of your teachers that was teaching you electricity's operations in Trot Vocational High School, you later met him at Kimberly Clark when you were working?
Yeah, February.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, he was working he was working in the summertime for extra money.
Extra money. So here's your teacher, and now you bump into him where you're working
Yeah.
at. By the way, Mr. Jeckovich worked at Kimberly Clark for 35 years, never missed a day, and the tires of his automobile never made it to his parking lot. You walked every day, right?
Right.
What would you do in a big snowstorm?
Walk,
What would you do in a big rainstorm?
get an umbrella.
Yeah, these guys are tough, I'll tell you. What other type of work did you do before you went into the military?
What kind of work were they?
You worked as a usher? Movie usher?
Straight and cataract, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it, we're interested in
Well,
knowing.
you walk down the aisle, check the empty seats, flash your flashlight how many empty seats there are, and they send the two people down to the seats.
To find a seat for the patrons, right?
Yeah.
Were you dressed up really nice?
Yeah, black pants, a white shirt, and a bow tie.
And a couple Greek brothers owned it, right?
Yeah.
Did you get along with them well?
Oh, yeah.
What was the big problem on Saturday mornings?
Well, the kids have to see a horror movie and they get excited, they piss their pants.
Every Saturday.
Yeah.
And then what did the Greek brothers tell you?
They said, clean that up, it smells the whole place up.
Wow. Weren't you also a newspaper boy?
Oh, yeah, Gina Wasinski, yeah.
And that was predominantly, Polish newspaper.
Yeah.
And how many were on your route?
Pardon?
How many newspapers did you have?
150.
That's a big lot. That's
Yeah.
a big route. How did you get around?
On my bicycle, Black Knight.
Black Knight. If people don't know what a Black Knight is, Google it. It's a Schwinn bike. They probably sold for next to nothing then in the 30s. And now they're really sought after collector's items. It has the big barrel on the front,
Yeah.
a horn button, and a light, right?
Yeah.
And you wrapped your newspaper bag around that.
Yeah, I put a basket in the front.
So you delivered 156 newspapers to all Polish families.
Yeah.
Did your mother subscribe?
Yeah.
And what did she do?
She watched the obituary.
She would just go right to the obituaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you deliver these papers, Polish people are great cooks, let's face it. Did they have like great aromas when you're going in their houses?
Some of them. Some of them didn't.
Oh, okay. So there were some that were desirable cooking and others that weren't so.
Yeah, I don't know if they were cooking.
Were the Polish people good payers?
No, you had to get it out of them.
You had to shake them down?
I was going to say, I paid you last week, what do you call me again?
I guess that stuff's still going on today. I paid you last week. Wow. Also, before you were drafted, you worked at Croysdale Sheet Metal as a boy. What did you do there?
I worked with my uncle,
And what was your uncle's name?
Andy.
Was he a smart man?
Oh, yeah, third grade education.
Yeah, I guess schooling didn't mean much, but he knew how to install everything and figure out the measurements.
Yeah.
So he's a really smart man. You learned a lot from him.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow. Tell us a funny story when you were working. You worked primarily in the factories for Croydale's,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
And what did you install?
Duct collecting systems, ventilating systems.
So that was a pretty big job.
Yeah.
But you also did some residential work. Tell us the story when you're up at the second story of the second floor of a house that you're doing some work. What happened during the winter?
What?
During the winter, you're on the second story, it's snowing, and you're on the roof. What happened to you?
I slid off the roof and hit in a snowbank.
You fell off?
Yeah.
What happened to make you fall off?
9 minutes.
The roof was slippery. It was full of
Slippery.
snow.
So let me understand this. You're barely a teenager. What were you doing on a second story roof?
Putting spikes in the roof to keep the ice up off.
Does that actually work?
Oh yeah, broke the ice up.
Okay. And so you fell off the roof, the second story. You're lucky to be alive. But what was your fall like?
What do you mean?
Did you almost hit someone on the way down?
I went past him and he said, get your ass up and get back up there.
So your boss seen you fell off the 2 stories, and he said, "What do you?"
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Get off your ass and get up there and get working again.
Wow, so different from today. They'd have the ambulance there quickly if you fell off the second story
Yeah.
with the fire trucks. But your boss says, "Get your ass up, stop playing around,
Oh yeah.
and get to that second story roof."
Yeah.
Boy, times are different. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Were you injured?
No, fell in the snow.
You felt so the snow broke the fall, right?
Yeah.
So let's just see. You worked at a movie theater. You worked at Croydale's. You delivered newspapers. And what else did you do there?
I put up paper on the walls.
Wallpaper. What
Wallpaper.
about after Trot Vocational High School at 3 o'clock, you'd walk over to Fall Street and you worked at SS Kresge.
Yeah.
What did you do there as a boy?
Stock boy.
Stock boy?
Oh, yeah.
And didn't your mother work there?
My mother was a cook, yeah.
Wow, your mother was a fantastic cook. And she'd bring you dinner to the tables upstairs?
No, I sat downstairs in the candy room and she said, don't make a mess down there.
So she kept you downstairs?
Yeah.
In like the warehouse part, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been a treat to look forward to.
Yeah.
Like what kind of dinners did your mother make as a cook at SS Kresge?
Oh, good cook. She was the chief cook there.
Yeah, like what kind of plates?
What do you mean?
What kind of dinners did she make? What were they?
Roast beef,
Oh yeah,
leg of lamb.
everything.
Yeah.
So that was a nice treat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. And then from there, your mother went to work at Carbrundum.
Well, she got a job at, my father worked there, she got her job. She was a small, what was she, a small wheel inspector.
That's hard on your eyes.
Yeah.
And tell us a story how your mother was a hard worker. She was a tough person. There was no nonsense with her. And tell us how they finally had to ask her to leave.
He says, you're old enough to leave, you got to return. Us older women want to raise a family, and you're disturbing us.
So she was working in her 80s.
Yeah.
And a young girl said they had families, you know, you got to give us a spot, right?
So kicked her out. Stayed a year later, then she quit.
That's a hard-working lady, wow. Carbrundum. And Carbrundum's still around today.
Yeah.
Mostly famous for sandpaper.
Yeah.
Well, minutes, please. Would you like a coffee, Mr. Jeckovich?
Oh, no.
Would you like a cold iced tea?
Huh?
Would you like,
5.
would you like an iced tea?
No.
So it's an interesting story how your mother got to Carborundum. Let me go on and ask you a few questions. You worked at some mansion on Buffalo Avenue.
Franchot.
What was the names?
Franchot.
Franchot.
He was the only celebrity that lived in our city.
Yeah, he was a big name celebrity worldwide. And his father was a very smart man, Mr. Tone, T-O-N-E. He was the owner or president of Carborundum. And he also was a graduate of Cornell University. So how the story plays out, you and your dad used to go to Franchot Tone's house, his mansion I should say, and what kind of work did you do there?
Put storm windows on, work at a basement, fix the basement up.
Did you build a beautiful dollhouse?
Built a dollhouse for his daughter Sally.
Yeah. And so by this relationship that the boy, Mr. Jeckovich, and the father, his father made with Franchot Tones, he got his mother a job at Carborundum, which was certainly a better paying job than SS Kresge. And then later his older brother was accepted to Cornell University because the Franchot Tones put a nice word in for them. And his story goes further. The Franchot Tones had a beautiful Packard, and somehow your dad ended up with it, right?
Yeah.
A big black Packard, a land yacht, like a limousine. You'll know it's a Packard because it's got a big hood ornaments, a big flying goddess to speed. It looks like she's holding a frisbee. It's a very attractive hood ornament, and that's what your father was able to buy from Franchot Tone. Did your father have a driver's license?
No.
Did your mother have a driver's license?
No, the car was sitting in the garage till Stevie got home.
So they'd sit it in the garage,
Yeah.
and then his oldest son had a license,
Yeah.
and then he drove it.
He drove us to school every day.
So instead of you walking to school, why didn't you take the ride in the Packard?
I don't think it was above my life.
Why?
It was above my lifestyle.
It was above your lifestyle, I understand. So you're very modest, and you didn't want to see into this like Packard limousine that was like side by side with Cadillac or Rolls Royce. What finally happened to that car?
I don't know. I got in the service, I forgot about it.
You went in
They sold it, they probably sold it.
Yeah, because they probably needed the money, yeah.
Yeah,
You went into service, it was sitting in the garage,
yeah,
and when you got out, it was gone.
yeah.
Wow, minutes please. But could you picture it in your mind how big?
You what?
How big it was? The car was so long.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful car, leather seats inside.
Yeah. Shifter on the steering wheel, or was
Yeah.
the shifter on the floor?
And on a steering wheel.
And then a big straight cast iron 8-cylinder motor, suicide doors, and it was built in the United States.
Yeah,
It was built in the United States, but Packard couldn't keep up with the big three and finally lost all market share, and they went under. But did you ever have thoughts of buying a Packard now, just for nostalgic reasons?
no.
No interest?
Would I buy a Packard now?
Yeah, no, yeah.
They're not hitting the,
I
don't
used
see-
one the same year your dad had.
Yeah,
Would you be interested in doing that?
no,
Not at all? Okay.
no.
Minutes? And then, we're talking about Franchot Tone's mansion. It was on 151 Buffalo Avenue, and the property was beautiful. It was right on the rapids, so you heard the roar of the rapids, and then a couple hundred yards below that, you heard the drop of the falls.
Oh, yeah,
Very beautiful, right?
yeah.
Then they tore it down in 1932, and they built at 151 Buffalo Avenue.
62, I
The
think.
convention center.
62, no, they built the Parkway Apartments there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they're still there today.
30 seconds.
Yeah,
So,
it's still there, yeah.
tell us what you remember of the property, there's rapids and things like that, because that's very nice to hear.
What's that?
The property that Franchot Tone had, the property itself being right next to the rapids.
Oh, he had a beautiful house.
And the
Well
rapids,
furnished inside, furniture, the inside was all polished, had slick floors, nothing I seen before.